Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And I gotta start with this from Black Swan Capitalist. The coordinated media attacks on Ripple are a desperate attempt to discourage the public from investing and understanding XRP's true role in the new financial system. Institutions aren't falling for it, and neither should you. Ripple and FedNow transforming payments. Right now, all over the mainstream media news, all the hype is Bitcoin. But if you were a Bitcoin investor, you would be pushing that hype as well. Because once the top comes in for Bitcoin, it's going to come crashing down, and these altcoins are going to continue upward. We've seen it in previous cycles, and then all the hype will end. But they got to onboard as many people as they possibly can before this cycle ends. Get as much money into Bitcoin as they possibly can. But you know, it's up to you to wake up your friends and your family. The mainstream media news is not going to go out there and say, hey, listen, if you invest in XRP, you could get financial freedom. You could retire early. You could get generational wealth. No, the mainstream media news is controlled by BlackRock and others. So they're out there pushing the distraction instead of pushing the disruption, which is XRP. It's the same thing in the crypto space. You know, everybody hated XRP back in October for years. And then all of a sudden, XRP broke out and it ran all the way up to $2.80 some cents. And all those haters, all those people that were spreading FUD on XRP, they disappeared. You know why? Because they all know what XRP is capable of. But their main mission was to shake you out before it happens. But now you're still here and you're going to continue to hold, and you are going to reap the rewards because you didn't listen to the bullshit coming from all the haters. Real-time payments market soars with demand for instant transactions, mobile payments, and blockchain integration. You know, right now, everybody in the world wants the same thing. They want real-time payments. And real-time payments are coming all throughout the world. And that's what everybody is looking forward to. So look at the key players: Visa, MasterCard, the Clearinghouse, PayPal, Bitpanda, Deutsche Bank, Ripple Labs, FIS, ACI Worldwide, WorldPay, and others. But Ripple, their technology is tied in with a lot of these other companies. Ripple has been working with FIS, working with Visa, working with MasterCard, working with the Clearinghouse. And that technology that Ripple is putting out there, it fixes the current financial system. It transitions us into a new financial system. But everybody wants the same thing. They want fast, cheap, and secure. And whoever has the fastest and the cheapest option out there, which is Ripple, that's what everybody is going to go with. Because people are done with the high fees and they're done with the long wait times. And if you look at this, this is how game-changing XRP is. So the Ripple protocol is designed to transfer any virtual liability anywhere in the world within 6 seconds. These liabilities can represent fiat currencies as euros, dollars, pounds, but also barrels of oil, hours of electricity, services, etc. XRP is going to be moving tokenized oil, tokenized gold. You're going to have people paying for services with XRP, hours of electricity. It's endless possibilities. Anything of value, XRP can move it. PAC, Fair Shake, was created in response to Gensler, Ripple CEO says in 60 Minutes interview. The reason I wanted to point this out is because that pact got started because of the war on crypto coming from the SEC and the corruption that was going on behind the scenes at the SEC as well. But you know what's great about what happened in the 2024 election? Every election going forward, if you're not a pro-crypto candidate, you are most likely going to lose that election, because these PACs, they're just pumping more and more money into these PACs. The midterms, look at how much money is going into those PACs, because they want to get as many pro-crypto candidates elected in the US government. And that's going to be game-changing for innovation in the United States. Crypto is going to get a clear path forward early 2025, in my opinion. And a lot of you asked me to talk about tokenization. Here's David Schwartz explaining the power of tokenization. Take a listen.
Tokenization can improve efficiency by eliminating some of the problems with asset transfer and ownership. If you've ever bought a house, you know that it's very complicated to determine who owns a house. There's a lot of paperwork involved with the sale, recording the sale. There's a risk of fraud in the delivery of the payment and, of course, in being able to prove ownership of the asset. Tokenization can eliminate all those problems by using digital distributed ledgers to track the ownership of assets. That also simplifies things like if you want to borrow against an asset, use the asset for collateral, the person who's providing you the loan can more easily determine that you own the asset, and they can make sure that you aren't borrowing from a number of different lenders.
Think about that. What David just said is you becoming your own bank, loaning out your XRP, getting a return on your XRP. You could borrow against your XRP as well. And that's what tokenization is going to do. Plus, it's going to allow people to invest in things that they didn't have the money to invest in before, like real estate, diamonds, gold, and so on. But we also need to have some sort of digital bill of rights when it comes to tokenization as well, because they want to tokenize private property. They want to tokenize anything of value. So tokenization involves representing real-world assets, such as real estate or commodities, as digital tokens on a blockchain. While this innovation offers increased liquidity and accessibility, it also presents legal challenges that must be addressed. Now, MiCA is already opening up for tokenization in the EU. Tokenized assets are often subject to multiple regulatory frameworks, depending on the jurisdiction. For example, a token representing real estate in the United States may need to comply with SEC securities regulations, while tokens in the EU fall under MiCA regulations. Navigating these complex rules requires a thorough understanding of cross-border compliance. And that is the reason why I said the US is going to have very similar regulations to MiCA as well. Every other country is also going to have similar regulations, because when you're moving tokenized assets across borders, you cannot have substantially different regulations going from one country to another. They can't be too much different. Otherwise, moving value just isn't going to work. But then there's consumer protection concerns. As tokenized assets grow in popularity, protecting investors from fraud and misinformation becomes essential. Clear guidelines about the asset's value, risk, and ownership rights must be provided. Regulatory bodies may require issuers to disclose extensive information to maintain transparency and fairness. But I don't want somebody tokenizing my assets like we've seen them talk about in the past. I still believe we need a digital bill of rights ahead of tokenization as well. Then there's smart contracts and legal risk. Smart contracts are integral for the functionality of tokenized assets, automating processes such as transactions and enforcement of terms. However, coding errors or malicious exploits can result in financial losses, posing legal risks for issuers and developers. I don't think we're going to see tokenization pick up momentum in the United States until we have regulations in place first. We will get a good look at tokenization happening in the EU under MiCA before it happens in the United States. And Coinbase is tokenizing Bitcoin. Coinbase's tokenized Bitcoin supply has surged from around $100 million in early September to nearly $2 billion. They're going to tokenize all the Bitcoin in the world. It's just a matter of time. BlackRock's going to do it. Franklin Templeton's going to do it. And it's going to end up on all of these other networks. Think about the XRP ledger. You can move Bitcoin across the XRP ledger in a matter of seconds for less than a penny. That is absolutely game-changing. But I think Bitcoin, the value in Bitcoin is going to change. I think it's going to start with the fall of Tether. Ethereum founder Vitalik Buterin comments XRP is better sound than Bitcoin. This was back in 2019. So this is the ideal stablecoin and store of value. You may not like it, but this is what peak sound money looks like. Vitalik says, I think you want to use XRP. The chart for XRP would look the same. So it's also sound money, but they have institutional adoption and partnerships, so they are better. Vitalik knows that XRP and Ripple is the internet of value. Vitalik knows that XRP is eventually going to be the #1 cryptocurrency. Later, it will become better than every other asset out there because the institutional adoption around XRP, you think you see adoption for Bitcoin? XRP, once it gains adoption, it's going to happen like a massive wave coming into this space because XRP is built to serve every single person on the planet. El Salvador will reportedly dial back its Bitcoin ambitions to secure a loan from the IMF. I called this months ago. Remember when they were going to turn their back on the IMF? I said there's no way any country out there is going to do that. They all rely on the IMF. The IMF also looks at Ripple and XRP as the future. They also look at Stellar and XLM as the future. They look at both XRP and XLM as high-valued stablecoins of the future. And this shows you, Bitcoin does not have a future. The IMF, the BIS, World Economic Forum, all telling you it's going to become irrelevant over time. And it's going to start with the fall of Tether. That's going to take most of the value out of Bitcoin. And things are going to change very quick. Hong Kong on Friday published their stablecoin bill and has some serious consequences of infringement. Stablecoins, including Tether, will be required to be licensed by the Hong Kong Monetary Authority like the RLUSD will be. There's no way Tether is going to meet regulations in Hong Kong. It's not going to happen. They don't even try to be compliant. And here, all those people in the comment section that keep saying I'm speculating and that I'm making up theories about Tether, take it from their own CEO. Take a listen.
With Tether, we are, as you surely you know, and so we are not big in DeFi. We do really care about being the stablecoin for the last mile. So we focus on the adoption in the real world. So payments, remittances. We don't care about the usage of USDT in Europe and the US. We don't think Europe and US are a good market for us. And in general for stablecoins, that is.
So they don't think they need Europe or the United States. And ask yourself, why does this guy not come to the United States? Most likely because he's going to end up in handcuffs once he steps foot in the United States. They are doing nothing but fraud. They're printing Tether out of nothing, and they're propping up Bitcoin with it. We just watched how they printed all of this Tether over the last couple of months. like one last hurrah before Tether collapses out. And I back everything I tell you with actual documentation. That's why I wanted to have you hear it directly from Tether's own CEO. RLUSD is the future. Tether is the past. Once Tether comes down, it's pulling down Bitcoin with it. And that's when everything will change. That will be catastrophic in the crypto space. But every single country is going to take notice. Then all of a sudden, they will usher in fast stablecoin regulations in every single country. I think that's the path we're already on. The US is going to have stablecoin regulations early 2025. Every other country that utilizes the US dollar is most likely just going to adopt those same regulations. Same thing is going to happen with MiCA. A lot of other countries are just going to adopt MiCA-like regulations. So I don't see a future in Tether. And I've been pointing that out for a while now. But, you know, we are XRP holders. No matter how this plays out, we are still going to end up becoming very wealthy. Because XRP is going to power the new financial system. It is going to move so much money in the coming years that if you continue holding this cryptocurrency, you are going to get financial freedom. But until it all happens, you got to stay patient, stay positive, and we will get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.